Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass. So don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright. She's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you're guilty, you better feel fear.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, Lady Q, you're up late. How are you doing? What is going on, Lady Q? Lady Q, Lady Q. How you doing, girl? So it is October 7th, Thursday still. I made it. I made it before midnight. How about that? 2025. Gosh, I can't believe it's already a week almost gone by. It sure is. It sure is. Welcome in. Come on in, everybody. Get out of them bushes. Shake that tree. Get out of them bushes. Hello, hello. You've been sick? Oh, I'm so sorry. You're doing the best you can. Doing the best you can. That's all you can do is do the best you can. Hello, Carol Loves Embroidery and True Crime. Welcome. Hey, H. Davis. Good to see you, my friend. Hello. I hope you've been doing well. Welcome in. Welcome in. You got some news for me? I hope it's good news. I hope it is good news. I need some good news today. Need some good news, honey. Yeah, I've been too busy. I have been busy, honey. I ain't gonna lie. I've been busy. I've been busy. Well, just tell me if it's good news. I can always use some good news. I got an interview. You got an interview with Special Olympics. That is so good. Congratulations to you. Yes, honey, ring that bell. That's good news. Yay. When is your interview? Good luck on that. Good luck. Hey, Millie. Hello. Number 8. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thumbs up. You just stumbled in. Well, come on in, honey. You are welcome to be here. You are so welcome to be here. Thank you for being here so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for coming. Thank you, everybody. This is a sad case, a horrible, sad case. It's going to be very triggering. I do understand if you have to walk out a moment. I was brought this case in my live last night by Seth. We will talk about that in a minute. But I do understand, and it was the first time I heard about it. And so, I wanted to talk about it. I studied up on it today. We're going to watch some videos. I'll start us off with one. I'll give a few people some more time to come in. And, we'll put a trigger warning up here. We won't have any, I'm hit the wrong thing. We won't have any little ears in the room, I hope. But before we get started, I won't go into everybody's business and everything. But we all know our lovely Maud and our friend 1-800 Summer and Sebastian. And so I hadn't talked to her in a couple of days or seen her around. And I picked up the phone today, and she had to have a major surgery. I had spoke with her on my trip, and so something was going on. And anyway, I didn't know, but she had ended up in the hospital and had major surgery on Sunday. So y'all all, because she goes all around these streets, and everybody knows her. She could really care less if she has a damn ranch anywhere, and I will say that, anywhere. But we give her one anyway. One time she said it too many times, and even though she's my friend, I just took it and said okay. But and sometimes she says things people don't know how to take her, and she still don't get a wrench took. She's really here for the kids. She really is. That's all she cares about. And anyway, so just say some prayers for her, because I'm telling you, it still may not go that great for her in the next couple of days. So we all love her here. She's very forward, and we really love her. So just say a prayer for her, okay? And she's, as y'all can tell just through her the way she writes things and does things. She's contrary too. Make sure she don't give the nurses too much hell. She don't like to take any pain medicine, but she was kind of in a little situation. She didn't have no choice. You know, but we love her. If you're listening, but you better be asleep right now and get you some rest. She never gets no rest because she never gets a break. And I'm really praying for her. I hope she gets well and gets better. So there's that. There's a lot of people out there that have a lot going on, but I really want to say a special prayer for her tonight. So with that being said, thank you for the trigger warning. Thank you for everybody that's here and coming in. And congratulations to H. Davis. And I hope I didn't miss anybody, but anybody in the bushes, hello, hello. Thank you again for being here. Again, this is going to be a hard one, but it's going to be a good one. I'm going to make it a good one. I am. It's a sad one. It's going to be a very hard one, but it's worthy. It's worthy. The trigger warnings are now on. And if you need to take a break, again, I do understand. We're going to talk about an evil monster. I mean, this is an evil monster. And this one is an intruder. It was an intruder back in Kentucky who took a 6-year-old little boy's life. And the little boy's name was Logan Tipton. And there was a devastated, and I mean devastated father, and we'll actually see that he's still devastated. I titled my show A Father's Worst Nightmare, and he still can't wake up from it. And no parent should ever have to live through any of this ever. You'll let me know, just, and I'll let you know if I'm coming up on something triggering. I'll try to remember. Any of these videos, though, are going to be probably triggering. So just remember that. It's a heartbreaker. I don't think, because you was probably sick, and I'm sorry. Yeah, you was in here last night. I started saying, I don't know if you was in here the whole time. I think you left before Seth got in here. But I don't know. I might be mistaken. I was so tired on the end last night, Lady Q. I apologize. But how do you ever live or get over something like that? I mean, I don't think you can. So again, if you're just coming in, thank you for all being here. And if you're on replay, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Yes, it helps our channel. It helps our channel grow. It helps the community. But it's all free. It don't hurt you one bit. But I tell you what it does do. The story that I'm fixing to tell you is worthy. This is one that is worthy of your thumbs up or thumbs down to get it out in the algorithm. And it's, by the time we get finished with this, you will see why even President Trump, and I will play that tape very soon, is involved in this case for real, for real. And you will see that. And you'll see why. I mean, this is a whole entire thing. Everybody's very shook up and upset about this. But it needs to be out there. It needs to be out there in these streets. And it could, sometimes I don't know how, I don't know why. And it's not for me to know, it's not for you to know, and that's okay. But sometimes these stories can help somebody Somebody may stumble up on these stories if we get them out there in the algorithm. It don't matter how big your channel is or how small your channel is. It could help someone that stumbles up on these stories, even if it's years from now. Even if I'm not even on here anymore, right? So remember that. Don't be selfish. Put the thumbs up. It's free. Share. Put your comments in. Hey, Mama. Mama the bomb. It is horrible. It's very horrible. And I really thought it was very worthy. And even though I procrastinated, not about the story, but about, oh, it's late, I could do this tomorrow. No, I don't want to put it off. Sometimes tomorrow may not never come. And just what I said, I may not wake up in the morning. This story needs to be out there. Okay? This story needs to be out there now. Something that's important. And some people might not understand what's important, but it don't matter. Somebody out there, it needs one more voice. It needs another voice. So again, trigger warning. Tonight's story is heartbreaking and it's deeply emotional. We'll be talking about the murder of a 6-year-old little boy, Logan Tipton, whose life was stolen by an intruder in Kentucky. And at any point you need to step away, do that, take a breath, count to 10, get you a coffee, cigarette, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do, cry, get some tissue, whatever you need to do. Hold on, something's popping up here. Get out of the way. And it happened back in 2015, but it's irrelevant today, and it's just coming all back and breaking in the news today. And again, you're going to see why. But in 2015, a total stranger broke into the Tipton family's home in the early morning hours. And he walked upstairs. Well, first, he went in the kitchen. He went in their kitchen, and he got a knife. But anyway, he walked upstairs, and he walked into the children's room. And he did the most unthinkable thing. Logan's father woke up to his other children screaming. Well, all of his children screaming. And he went in there, and he fought, and he tried to save them. And he held little Logan. If you'll see my thumbnail, you can't see it real good on here, but I got a father holding a baby, or a little boy. It's the best I could do on there, okay? And he was holding his child, Logan, in his arms. And we're fixing to play a little video that's fixing to be real triggering, just so you'll understand what I'm talking about. But Logan took his last breath in his daddy's arms. That image is something that no parent should ever have to go through or ever have to live with. No parent ever, not me, not you, not your worst enemy. And yes, it could happen to any one of us. Anywhere, at any time, day or night, in the blink of an eye. Don't think it can't. Don't think it can't be you. Don't think it won't be you, because it just might be you, and you might be dead wrong. how do you ever live after that? Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mama DeLong. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. My baby is 6. Oh, I know it really touches home then for you. Hold him a little bit tighter. I see. What I want to do now, okay, this is going to be triggering, but what I want to do now, I want to play this video. And this is, when I play these TikTok videos, they're short. This one is very, okay, this one is, let me start with, I got a TikTok video, and then I got one that's not a TikTok video. It looks like a TikTok video. Let me see. I actually played it last night, but I don't think it's a TikTok. All right. Anyway, hold on. Let me see if I can see it better when I get up here. Hold on. Let me just share both. It don't matter. I'll probably share both of them. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't see real good, and I'm having problems with my eyes lately. So let me see which one I want to play. Because the one, how he words it, I'd rather play it second, but okay, I think it's this one. Okay, let's just go with it. Yeah, it's this one. All right, this one's really triggering, so put up your trigger warnings, but it's not a long video. This is the one Seth showed me last night during my live, and I did show it last night. It's really sad, but it's a short one. I'm going to give credit where credit's due, but I can't, I'll have to wait till it gets up here to see who it is before I give the credit. Just hold on. Oh God, I can't see that. Price, Stan Price, the Stan Price guy. Okay. So hold on.
That held him so deep in my arms, and finally,
Wait a minute.
He took his last breath, looked at me, and closed his eyes, and he was gone.
He stabbed this 6-year-old boy to death in his sleep and was just released from prison after 10 years for good behavior. Now people are outraged at the Kentucky parole board, some people even demanding charges. Here's a clip of the 6-year-old boy's father talking about his experience.
That held him so deep in my arms, and finally, he took his last breath, looked at me, and closed his eyes, and he was gone.
He stabbed this 6-year-old boy to death in his sleep and was just released from prison after 10 years for good behavior. Now people are outraged at the Kentucky parole board, some people even demanding charges. Here's a clip of the 6-year-old boy's father talking about his experience.
That held him so deep in my arms, and finally, he took his last breath, looked at me, and closed his eyes, and he was gone.
He stabbed.
Oh dear Lord. See, that is so sad. Hold on a minute. I still got it up. That is so sad. So I want to show that one, but now this is what I want to show you. That was Stan Price. Usually I put them on screen. I apologize. I couldn't remember who it was. Who is this one? Well, I actually could look at it like this, I guess, before I put it up here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not very good at this stuff. Hold on. This is actually, oh, okay. So hold on. Nick Bartha. Okay. Hold on. I got it. I always forget. Okay. Let me do it like that. So this credit goes to Nick Barth on TikTok. Let me share the screen.
man. I will kill him where he stands. I held him, told him in my arms, and finally, he took his last breath, looked at me, and closed his eyes, and he was gone.
Ronald Exantis traveled from Indianapolis to Versailles, walked into the Tiptons' home, and attacked the family in their sleep. Logan was killed, and his father and 2 sisters were injured.
He snaps, and just stands up with me sitting on top of him, and he throws me across the room. 10, 15 feet, he throws me across the room and goes after her.
3 years later, in 2018, Exantis was found not guilty of murder by reason of insanity, but convicted of assaulting other family members. And just this month, October 1st, Exantis was released early from prison.
That was just a few days ago.
Infuriating that a 6-year-old was killed sleeping in his bed, and someone literally only did 10 years in prison, and he didn't even do the time for that. He did time for assault charges. It's just infuriating.
But the family says it isn't just anger they're living with, it's fear.
Me and my siblings, and even my mom and dad, from here on out, we have the burden of making sure that he doesn't come back.
He told her he was going to kill every one of us. So now I've got to be on extra guard to protect my kids, because I will not lose another one. Not like this. I laid in bed. I gave up. I gave up on life. I gave up on my family. I gave up on everybody. I just wanted to die.
Everybody deserves a fighting chance to have justice for them, and it's not.
I've had my talks with God, because I'm not afraid to tell you all. I told the court, if I ever cross paths with him, I will kill the man. I will kill him where he stands.
So, hold on. Get back over here to y'all. Sorry. I know I do this the hard way around, but I'm sorry. That's just how I do it. It's how I learned to do it, and I don't know how to do it any other way. But that's a lot to take in just right there. Thank you for that, Lady Q. Absolutely. That right there is just heartbreaking. Let me see what y'all are saying. My babies are all grown, but grandkids. Yeah, absolutely. See, me too, Carol. And it just, you don't never know. Millie, yes, please go take you some Tylenol. You never know. You just got to hug them a little bit tighter. That's right. You absolutely do. You absolutely do. And I got some more, another video or two we will watch, but you just absolutely got to hug them tighter. And like I said, it could be any one of us. And I don't think I could live or breathe again, to be honest with you. You do what you got to do. We never know where our strength comes from, but it's horrible. And them poor little girls, there was 4 kids, and the mother, but how, I just don't know. That kind of pain changes you. It changes you forever. But yet, through all the pain, Logan's family still speaks his name. They keep his memory alive. And tonight we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what really happened. We're going to go through it. We're going to go through the steps. Who did it? What justice looked like, or what it didn't look like. Or that's what I should say, or what it didn't look like. And why this case still shakes up Kentucky to this day. Well, one reason it shakes it up to this day is because he just got out on October 1st. I said when I come in, this was the 7th, right? So that's one reason it's coming out again. It's shaking everybody up again. I actually just learned of this case last night. I was on live and I was wrapping up when my friend, I like to call him a friend and father of missing Sebastian Rogers, actually came in my live. And he told me right there, if he was in there, he said, I know it's kind of off subject. You know, sometimes you can't help but hear and definitely see when a hurting father of a missing child comes in your chat and says something, you're going to sit up and take notice, right? And he said he sent me a text message, and I told him I was ending my live. But before I ended it, I would look at it in case it was important. And that's what I did. And I noticed he sent me, he does sometimes, he sent me that first video I showed you. And I opened it while I was on the live and seen what it was. I mean, if it was something that I didn't need to go into right then, I wouldn't. But I played it for my people, and I was like, good Lord, I was like, my God, absolutely, I will do something on this. This is horrible. And we talked, our chat talked about it just a little bit, and it was heartbreaking. And that was as I was ending my live. But I was very grateful. I was very grateful that he sent it to me. But as a father of his own missing son, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers from Hendersonville, Tennessee, I know you know that case. He with no answers himself since February 25th, 2024. He's always also trying to search, research, have his own thoughts left with the unknown and answers, listening to everything. I can't imagine. And not knowing yet if he still will ever see his own son, accepting anything, looking for, maybe the best places to go. I mean, we've talked about that, or stuff. Seeing maybe scenarios and stuff like that. What's going on out there? But he won't give up on his son at all. Sebastian's out there in his eyes anyways until somebody shows him different. No matter what. No matter what anybody else thinks or says. But I was just thinking about this. That's the reason I'm bringing Sebastian in this right now. Is because I couldn't imagine. I mean, when he sits alone with his thoughts, and God only knows what he really thinks, right? And in the meantime, he's still, this is what I was thinking, he's still looking and he's still trying to understand how others can be so cruel and worrying about where his child is. And yet he comes across this. But I am thankful he sent it to me, because he could have passed it on by or not wanted to look at it. And this is very important. It's very important to get out there and get this knowledge out there. But see, what people don't know, when they say he's not doing anything, he is, because he's also trying to change the law and make Sebastian's law. Just saying. Just saying. But I can't imagine what any father is going through. So I ask again, how do you live? How does Logan's father live? I'm sure he has his good days, knowing that Logan, I put some eyes out today of this evil monster, and I didn't put Logan in there at all. And I didn't show his face, just his evil eyes. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. And I know some days Logan's father has to be thankful. Just thank God that Logan didn't have to see that evil maniac freaking monster in the last breath he took. He got to know that his daddy was loving him and holding him. And I know that don't even seem right, and it's not right. So I know that Father wrestles back and forth. But since it's something he can't turn back time, I'm just grateful that he could look up at his dad and not that evil monster. I've always been able to go to anyone and tell if there's pain or no pain. And I can certainly tell there's a lot of pain here in this father. To this day, when he was talking in those interviews, this pain is never going to go away. I've always been told there's no pain like losing a child. And I can tell you that's true. You never get over that. How do you get over something like that? You don't. This little boy was 6 years old. So on December 7th, 2015, in this very small town in Kentucky, the Tipton family was sound asleep in their own home. They weren't bothering anybody. They never dreamed in a million years when they closed their eyes that they were going to wake up in a nightmare to have an incomplete family. This loving father, Dean Tipton, his wife, and their 4 young children were safe. That's where you feel the most safe at, in your home. That's where you're supposed to be the most safe at, in your home. Right? So they thought. But they were surrounded by this evil coming up. There was a man named Ronald. What was his name? I can't say it. Anastas. Probably saying it wrong. He don't even deserve me to say his last name anyway. We'll just call him Ronald. But guess what? The joke is. You want to know what the joke is? Ronald was a traveling, anybody know? Nurse. He was a traveling nurse from Indiana. Say what? A nurse. Nurses are not supposed to. Yes, Carol, honey. I told you we're going to get into it. Nurses are supposed to help people. They're supposed to save people. They're supposed to save lives. They're not supposed to go in and being intruders to people's homes, right? Taking children's lives or trying to take 4 children's lives, a wife and a husband that they never met, never come across, had no dealings with. So they walked straight. They parked their car. They chose Kentucky. They parked their car that night. They get out. I don't know if they tried any other houses or not and the door was locked. I have no idea. We know they didn't know them. Hey, Faye and everybody coming in. But they parked their car. They went straight in. Now, they say there was an unlocked door. That's neither here nor there. Your home is your castle. Okay? I've been known even to this day. Maybe I shouldn't tell nobody that. And we're all Billy badasses. Come to my house and we're locked and loaded. Well, let me tell you something. We can all be locked and loaded if we want to. But when something happens in the blink of the eye, you can be all locked down with all the cameras in the world. But you may not be locked and loaded and unlocked and loaded fast enough. And you ain't so badass Billie Jean no more. Hey, the amazing Tiff. So this person walked in, gets a knife out of the kitchen, goes wherever. I don't know if it's upstairs. Goes to the kids' bedroom. Yep, thank you. Trigger warning. Forgot. Thank you. See how passionate I get during this? It makes me so angry. And he starts stabbing. He's picked up the kitchen knife and it's upstairs. I apologize. He goes upstairs and he starts stabbing this 6-year-old, and he stabs him in the head and repeatedly. I mean, y'all heard me, right? We're talking about a traveling nurse, a nurse who's supposed to have care, compassion, and help people and be kind, save lives. But this nurse, he breaks into homes and he decides to kill children and destroy lives forever. For what? For thrill? And to try to get away with it and maybe collect a paycheck? Are you serious? It's evil. It's morbid. It's sinister. I can't even come up with all the words that I want to come up with. I really can't. So while upstairs doing all this unthinkable, you know, while he was doing all this, because no child goes to bed and thinks they're unsafe, right? It's their home. No parents go to bed thinking their child's not safe. It's their castle. It's their home. Especially the ones that do love their children, right? And ain't trying to unrid them, right? So they're upstairs. Logan, 6 years old. He was asleep. He was in his bunk bed. I pray he was having a beautiful dream before he had to wake up to this nightmare. I pray he was having a beautiful dream. He had no idea that a stranger was standing over him, that this creep, this real devil monster, that turned whatever peace or dream that Logan had into a nightmare was going to stab him multiple times while he was in his home in his bed. When Logan's brothers or sisters or siblings or whatever woke up, they woke up to this, senseless act. Seeing this, right? Hearing the screams. And they ran into their father's room yelling, "Dad, someone's in the room in the house doing this." And then the father, Dean, rushes in there. You heard his father, rushes in there to save him. He even got through against the wall. And he fought the intruder with his bare hands. And then he tried to pull him away to stop the attack. And when he finally, the struggle broke up or whatever, Dean was stabbed too. And my understanding is, the sisters was again, I don't know if it's all sisters or sisters and a brother or whatever, but all the children were stabbed. Thankfully, they weren't unalived. But he kept fighting. He kept fighting with everything he had to save his little boy. And when Ronald was finally pushed back, Dean grabbed his son, swooped him up in his arms, and he held Logan close to him. Just like I have on my picture, close to his chest. He described it. He showed it. And he whispered, "Daddy is here. You're okay." But Logan took his last breath, and Logan passed away. He slipped away. In his daddy's arms because of this evil traveling nurse who intruded their home, who did not know them at all, none of them. There was no rhyme or reason. It was just a senseless act. And it could happen to any of us in this United States, in this world. This hurts my heart. My stomach is literally flipping. Hey, PG's little girl. It's sad. Why are we talking about this now? Is because this system, everywhere you seem to turn, is so messed up. And the only thing, again, I'm glad is, his dad was holding Logan and got him away from that monster. And I know in my heart, Logan knew his daddy had him and didn't take his last breath until his daddy got him away. And basically, that was his goodbye. He saw his daddy's face for the last time and felt his daddy's love instead of that evil devil monster who did this to him and his entire family. Maybe his last breath was a breath of relief. Now, when police got there, they found this man still at the scene. You got people in shock. You got people in probably screaming, crying. You got a dad holding his child that's just took his last breath. And you got a monster that is, I don't even want to put a smiley spin on it and say the bastard was probably down there pissing in the toilet. I don't know what he was doing, but he was still at the scene, okay? I don't know if he was at his car. I don't know if he was out front. I don't know, but all I know in my research is he was still at the scene when they got there. I'm sure his dad didn't realize it, or you heard what he said he would do if he ever runs into the man again, and I can't blame him. And now that the president of the United States is literally, which we're fixing to get to that, in on it. It may be a different story, and this may be why the story is getting so popular. I don't know, but it is getting attention. Don't take Smiley's word for it. They found Ronald out at the scene, just right there, just there. He was arrested immediately, and he later claimed, listen to this, y'all. He later claimed he was dreaming. He was hearing voices. His head told him to break in. So, I'm trying to keep it together, Lady Q. Don't worry, but it is a trigger warning, honey. They said what followed was one of the most painful trials they have ever seen in Kentucky. Years later, fast forward it from 215 to 218. Okay. A jury found Ronald not guilty by reason of insanity for murder, but there's that but mentally ill for stabbing Logan's father and sisters. Now, I don't usually, because in this country, we go on what the jury usually says, okay? And I don't usually ever, never, ever, ever say anything about the jury. And I have served on many juries. And in fact, I used to go do the mock juries. I was called in all the time to do those in the earlier years, even before I became of age to do the, anyway, whatever. But, Lord have mercy. Whoever was on this, where the hell did they get these people at? I'm going to stop there for just a second. I think I'll just stop on that one for just a minute. I think I'll tone it down a little bit. But he was sentenced to 20 years. And now, after serving just 8 years, he's been released. Okay? And this is what's sparking such an outrage. Okay? Right here. This is what the problem is. Okay? And it's reopening old wounds for everybody. Everybody in Kentucky, everybody in or surrounding areas, everybody on the news and the media, like I said, even the president, anybody that's ever heard about this case, is reopening up everything. The wounds that have never really healed, the ones that are just like scabbing up, well, they took that same knife and just cut them right back open. It is, Lady Q. I promise. And if Smiley don't know, Smiley's going to tell you, I don't know. I'm just like y'all. I don't know. I'm trying to find out. I don't know. So as I'm doing my researching, I'm going, what the hell? I mean, because listen to me. We do it all the time. Mental health is nothing to be ashamed of. Okay? But see, this right here, see, this is kind of like drugs, going to get your dope at the hospital, doctor shopping, and all this shit. This is why nobody that needs pain medicine, cancer patients, and all this stuff, this is why people can't get what they need when they need it for pain. It's why mental health gets overlooked or gets stigmatized and shit like that. Now I'm fixing to talk about it. You can put on Smiley's trigger warning because Smiley's fixing to go up a notch. You know, today ain't been my day anyway, honey. This ain't been my entire week. And after I got off that live today, I got my blood pressure up a little bit more from a dumbass, another dumbass I could have called out today, but I didn't. I said, no, slow your roll, Smiley. But as I'm doing research, I'm looking and we're going, mental illness. Mental illness is real, people. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, but this MFer is using it big time. I'm just telling y'all. Bullshit. Again, Smiley ain't no doctor, but Smiley's got plenty of damn common sense. Now, I might be a little mental. I don't give a damn what y'all want to call me, honey. But I didn't fall off that turnip truck yesterday. Y'all need to open your freaking eyes. We fixing to get real and we fixing to get some raw here. Mental illness is real. I'm no doctor, but at the same time, he was a nurse. And this is where your damn common sense needs to come in. Jurors, parole boards, and any fucking body else that let this idiot out. He was a nurse. He was fit enough to work every damn day. He was fit enough to drive and travel with all of these professionals. He was fit enough to work with these patients without all these smart degree motherfuckers noticing, right? They didn't think he had a problem that they need to set him down. And you know those little special professionals they can send you to if you're having a problem, or the FMLA you can use, or any of that shit. They didn't say, hey, maybe you need to see your friend, Dr. So-and-so. You still get paid for it. None of that happened. How many people did fall off the turnip truck yesterday? Nobody noticed he had a problem? Not in the type of position he had? Yeah, right. Right. That might have been his defense. Because, some of them scumbag defense attorneys, they do what they have to do, even in children's cases. Everybody's entitled an defense, no matter what, right? That's the great thing about America. But one thing Donald Trump is right about, we damn sure need to make America great again. But this needs to hurry up and happen, especially when it comes to kids. Because this ain't working. That might have been his defense, but I can tell you right now, in my opinion, and I don't have to be a doctor, I don't have to have a degree, but I don't have no blinders on. But in my opinion, he wasn't mental shit. Logan's memory still burns bright. He's a little boy. He was a little boy, 6 years old. Those pictures all over the internet, he had a smile that lit up a room. All these kids do. It was taken from him by a total stranger. It was senseless. Should have never happened. His father's strength, his family's heartbreak is something no parent, no siblings, no mother, nobody can ever get over. But they keep going. They keep going for Logan. They saw now, somewhere I was reading, they saw that the president is even involved. And they're glad somebody is noticing. Everyone is pissed off about this, and they should be. Look, this man does not need to be out on these streets. He does not need to be out on these streets. He tried to wipe an entire family out. He stabbed all of them, but he killed Logan. They have lived through the unthinkable. A stranger entering their home. This was a traveling nurse, forget the traveling part, a nurse who is supposed to do everything they can. If they see a wreck on the side of the road, have enough compassion to stop and help. Give mouth to mouth. Do whatever you got to do to save a life, not break in houses and try to wipe out an entire family and take a kid's life. They're going to be carrying, this family's going to be carrying this forever until they take their last breath. And when they finally stepped into that courtroom, and let this maniac out, this family took another blow to the heart. This defense claimed Ronald was insane. No, they were insane, if you ask me, in my opinion. His attorney said he didn't know what he was doing, that he was having a psychotic episode. Hearing voices. Now, there's people out there that really do hear voices and all the above. I think, and I was going to do a story on it here a while back, and I decided not to. It just wasn't the time. I was going to do it here not a couple weeks ago, and it just wasn't fitting with what I was doing, and it just wasn't the right time. Something else came out. I forgot what it was, but I was like, I don't want to talk about that. Good thing about this is I can pick and choose what I do. It is about the child, but it's like, if it don't, some things just you don't want to put out. You just don't. Not because it's a bad story, but it's just not. Maybe it was going on with Charlie Kirk stuff. I don't know, but some things just don't jive. And it was an older case. But anyway, what I was going to say, it's the lady that drove her golf cart in there with her kids and then threw her baby off and I still got it sitting there, and I don't want to do that. And I mean, I'm just going to tell you my opinion on that. I think she was really thinking somebody voices told her to do that. Now, does that give her the right? And does that, what she did? No. I'm not taking up for her one damn bit. Not at all. Good night, Carol. Thank you for being here, honey. No. But I don't think this man right here is what I'm saying. I don't think this man right here is mental. No. And that's my opinion, and I'm able to have my opinion. Somebody got this wrong, real wrong. They got it wrong. They got it wrong, in my opinion. And this jury verdict that it shocked the entire community. They found him not guilty by reason of insanity, again, for Logan's murder and for the burglary. How are you going to find him not guilty for the burglary? He was in the damn house. He broke in the house. What now? Are you going to tell me because the damn door was unlocked, he didn't break in? Is that why the idiot jury? I'm sorry. I don't even know who they are. But no, I don't have no respect for that jury. Those 12 people. God, did they even have 12 people up there? And yes, if you're watching, any of you 12, you made a damn mistake. What was you trying to go get your tobacco? I'm sorry. I'll unsub. I don't care. You're wrong. Go back and look at that picture I put up. The window to his soul is his eyes, just like yours, just like mine, just like everybody. That man is evil. Oh, he'll be out on the street. He'll do it again. Might not be tomorrow. Might not be next month. The court said he couldn't fully understand his actions. That's right. They sure did. They said he couldn't fully understand his actions. But they did find him guilty, but mentally, I mean, this is the craziest backwards ass shit I've ever heard. But they said they did find him guilty, but mentally ill on the assault charges for stabbing Logan's father and injuring his sisters. How twisted is that? Hell, they just might as well not done nothing. Because they're still living, although they're traumatized. I mean, really? Yeah, Faye. And yet, so then he was sentenced to 20 years, but he only got out and served 8. under Kentucky's system, that 20 years didn't mean shit. So fast forward it, now we're at from 2018 to 2025. This is where we're at now. We're in reality now today. Okay, y'all with me? So after serving barely, just barely 8 years with good time, and oh, wait a minute. He's so mental. He don't know right from wrong. Now I'm trying to make y'all stay with me, okay? He got good time and he got education credits. I'm not shitting you. He's so smart, he got education credits. Yeah. Whew. The parole board said, now I want you to listen what they said. The parole board said it wasn't their decision. The Department of Corrections called it mandatory reentry supervision. You can't make this shit up. But to the Tipton family, it felt like betrayal. And I don't blame them. The man who murdered their 6-year-old son was back in the world. He was back out there. While they still wake up every day without Logan, while they still have to relive this, they cannot get out of this nightmare. Dean Tipton, the father, spoke out. He said he held his boy in his arms as he took his last breath, and he'll never forget it. He'll never forgive it. You heard what he said on that video a while ago, and he said if he ever runs into him, he'll kill him. He said it, and I don't blame him. But you want to bet if that happens? You want to bet if that happens? Y'all know what'll happen. You know what'll happen. I'm not even going to repeat it on here, but you know what'll happen. And it's already set in stone. Guarantee it. He's furious at the system. He's furious that they could even release that man who caused that much entire pain, who took away that 6-year-old little boy's life. But who could blame him? I sure as hell don't. Do y'all blame him? I don't. So let's play this video right here. Let's play this. This is credit to Fox News. Let me go up here and find it. Don't give me no problems. All right, first, this 40, I have to play this, but a 42-year-old man convicted in the killing of a 6-year-old boy, Kentucky boy, after he broke into the child's home in 2015, has been released on parole. So let's listen to this.
Convicted killer of 6-year-old boy walks free after serving less than half his 20-year sentence. A 42-year-old man convicted in the killing of a 6-year-old boy in Kentucky after he broke into the child's home in 2015 has been released on parole. Ronald Xandis, 42, was sentenced to 20 years after being found guilty of second-degree assault in the boy's death, but was released from custody on Wednesday, according to online records. Xandis broke into the Versailles, Kentucky, home of Logan Tipton, 6, in December 2015 and stabbed him to death. He also attacked Tipton's father and sisters. I've had my talks with God because I'm not afraid to tell you what I told the court, his father, Dean Tipton, told. If I ever cross paths with him, I will kill the man. I will kill him where he stands. Xanthus is now listed as going on mandatory reentry supervision that is scheduled to last until June 26 next year. Xanthus was found not guilty of murder by reason of insanity, according to WLKYT. He began serving his prison sentence in 2018, but was released early for good behavior. I laid in bed. I gave up. I gave up on life, Dean Tipton told the station. I gave up on my family. I gave up on everybody. I just wanted to die.
Huh. I mean, I don't blame his father one bit. I really, really don't. Ronald is, let's see. Yeah, that's true. If something happens, you know what's going to happen, and it's right there on the news. And he told it. He said it. And next year, this Ronald guy is going to be completely off of everything, free to do whatever in life he wants, without any supervision, without anything, nada. To travel. And you know what? He's got such an education in prison, and he's already been a nurse. I bet they help him get a job, you know. Well, a little common sense here, a little common sense there, a little sprinkling of this, a little help with that. You know what you know. Hey, it is what it is. Let's play this one. This is Courier News Journal, or Courier Journal, sorry. Wait, where's the sound? I got the sound. Hold on a minute. Where's the sound at? Oh, there it is. Hold on. This might be some of what's already been said. Look at that cute little boy. Look. Oh my God, that just breaks my heart. Do y'all see at the top? Let's see. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I don't know how to get it up. Let's see. Cause should be massively. Okay, here it is. You see right here? I hope y'all can see that. It says, this case should be getting a lot more attention, should be massive viral. We need the White House on it. This is not the one. Shit. A man who broke into a house and stabbed a child. Okay, it's there, but I think I put the wrong damn one up. Hold on a minute. Fuck. Hold on. Did I get the wrong video up? I got the wrong damn paper one up. Anyway. Oh my God, where is... Hold on. Is this one it? Hold on. Hold on, sorry, y'all. I don't know. Hold on. Oh my God. Did I click out of it? I don't know. I'm going through my email now. Oh my God. Hold on. Is this it? Hold on. Hold on a minute. Sorry. Let me look at this. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. Let me get back where I can see y'all. You said it. I don't know, but I'm looking at my email. I don't know. I'm probably going to have to post it on my post because I don't know what I did with it. Oh, Lord, it just hasn't been the day for me. But anyway, I thought that was it above that one. But it was talking about whichever article I was reading, it was talking, see how it's at the top? I thought I had the right one up there. It was talking about the president in it or whatever, and how they were glad that he was taking notice to it, and now they feel better or whatever. But I don't know what I did with that one. But anyway, I know one damn thing about this. I know that, and it was the one too, there was one too that the governor and everybody, they're all pissed off. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's just carry on. But I know one thing, when the father is what I wanted to say, when he rushed at that guy, the intruder, Ronald, whatever his damn name was, and he tried to pull him away, he never thought that was going to be the last breath his son would take or whatever. But he kept fighting with everything he had, you know, and he held him so close to him, you know. And now he's got to relive all this shit every day, wondering when he goes out to the store, if he goes to work, he's going to be looking every day, and he's going to be wondering for his girls and everything. Are they safe going to school? They're going to be wondering. They're always going to be looking over their shoulders. I bet them girls will never be apart. When they're at home, I mean, they're going to be scared because they were not safe in their own home. Even if they move or have moved, they're going to be scared. They're traumatized. It's going to affect them the rest of their life. And that's a scary thought, that somebody can do that much damage to your family. This man should never be out. And they want to say he's insane. No. Nope. There's no parole from grief. There's no parole for grief or from grief. Logan's sisters still carry scars. His parents still carry scars they live with. They're going to live with this memory. Kentucky now carries this story as a reminder. Now it's all over the news. Everybody's carrying this story. The community. It just, they can't believe that he didn't get time served, more time served. Because a 6-year-old little boy named Logan Tipton, time stopped forever that December morning. I mean, right before Christmas, too. Jesus. And the least this world can do is never forget him. The least this community can do is never forget him. For someone to drive and make in my opinion, and make a conscience decision, in my opinion, honey, it's a good thing I wasn't on that jury. We would be tied up forever. But in my opinion, he made a conscience decision to go intrude, and they call it burglarize the home. Go into somebody's home. He wasn't invited. In their kitchen and get a knife and go upstairs and do what he did while everybody was asleep. First of all, that takes some nerve to do all that. Some monster. More than mental. Somebody so evil, in my opinion. When news of Logan's death first broke, the whole town stood still in shock. They were all in shock. They were in grief. They were in disbelief. They hurt. People left stuffed animals, flowers, y'all know, candles, all the memorial things. They left it there on the porch. The schools released balloons. They say they had vigils at the churches. The strangers left lots of stuff. They never even met this child, ever. But because even in a world full of noise and all this chaos that's going on, when this little boy was taken like that, every heart felt it. Everybody cried. Everybody felt it. They felt it for the family. They hurt. Logan was the kind of kid they said everybody loved. And he loved everybody. He loved superheroes. He always wanted to help his dad. They said with my research, he wanted to help his dad with all the big boy stuff around the house. His teachers said he brought joy wherever he went. And that's how his town chose to remember him. Not as a victim, but as a bright, loving soul who was left behind. And as the years passed, Logan's story continued to just echo across Kentucky and beyond that. And then parents double checked their locks every single time. And the communities came together. They pushed for stronger laws. They wanted stronger laws to protect victims, to protect victims' families. And when mental illness defenses are used, they want them laws to be stronger. They said, never again, never again. Never should a family again endure this kind of pain or go through this and then watch their child's killer walk free. And look, everyone was scared. They didn't have to worry. They didn't have to lock their door. They shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. I know it's a dangerous world out there. Of course we do. But if you forget, or, your kid runs out to the car or whatever, shouldn't have to worry about if somebody's going to come in there and wipe your whole family out or try to. Right? Especially not somewhere like Kentucky, right? What are you going to blame the victims for that? And not charge them with burglary? Hello? Oh, they didn't go in the house. What? Hello? Do you know if Donald exhibited any signs of mental illness? No, and that's what I'm saying. Hell, wouldn't somebody have noticed that? He was a nurse. He was a traveling nurse. Think about being a nurse now. Hello? Even if you're a traveling nurse, wouldn't some of your peers notice something's off? Wouldn't common sense tell you that? Just saying. I mean, you would notice if somebody was inebriated or kind of acting funny. Did you go to the doctor? Did they maybe put them on some medicine? There's a reason why at a job workplace you have FMLA, you have time off from work, and they can't fire you. You can go to work and you have to have a doctor's note if you're on certain medications. Or maybe light duty. Wouldn't you think in that position they would notice something? I think it was a defense, in my opinion. That's what I think. But this 2025, October 1st, I mean, it brought outrage and it flooded the social media and it brought a whole rage of news storms. But it wasn't just anger, it was heartbreak. People were saying, how can justice move on? How can this man go free when the family can never move on? Kentucky's governor, the state officials, they were even emotional. There were even news outlets that began re-examining how good one-time credits work and whether mental illnesses is being used too loosely or not in violent crimes. And they should look at that. Honestly, I thought that was kind of a thing in the past. And now, not only are they mad and upset, but they should be. The entire place is living the whole nightmare again, over and over and over again. They're scared, but they're just, they're scared of the evil. They're scared of the evil. Being scared of the evil in the world is normal. That's normal for you, me, everybody. We know there's evil out there. We know there's monsters out there. We know all of those things. We know nowadays there always has to be a caution. We always have to look over our shoulder. We don't know who's who. You never know who's who. You could be living to an axe murderer. You could be talking to one. Hell, you could be sleeping with one. You don't know. We know these things, okay? There's everyday evil. We need to lock our doors. We need to carry them out. We need to do this. We know. And it's getting worse every day. Most of it's coming from the hands of our own inside of our houses, right? We know that. But now, this case, we're talking about this case. We're talking about Kentucky. Now it's come to this now. Now, they're very, all capital letters, very, my voice is going up. They're very scared. They're very scared of the danger. They're very scared of the monster. Because, see, it's not just the everyday monsters. It's not just the everyday things. It's not just the normal stuff we need to all be looking out for, or they need to all be looking out for. There in Kentucky. It is the Monster King. He's free. He was set free on October 1st. And make no mistake, Smiley's going to tell you, make no mistake, they should be scared. Especially come next year. Ooh, and if he's mad about being in prison at all, honey, they should be scared. And what do you learn in prison? You learn more on the inside than you do on the outside. You better believe it. Especially if you stay anything over 5 years. Ask anybody that's been in there. Don't take my word for it. Hell, I ain't never been in prison. Don't ask me. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Y'all think Smiley don't do nothing? Do your own research. Do it in real life. Don't use Google. Do it in real life. Did y'all hear me? The many a times I told you I have went to the prison and I have sat down with a serial killer. How many of y'all has been in my chat several times when I told you that? From day one when I come on here with Summer Wells. How many of y'all have went back and listened to the letters that's been wrote back and forth? And I decided, I got smart, especially when I started getting dragged for, well, y'all know, Summer Wells. I'm like, I think I'll put these letters up. I'll just do my own thing. And I still do to this day, my own thing. And there are some things that won't ever come out again on this YouTube. Smiley didn't fall off the turnip truck yesterday. Y'all get y'all's asses out there and do some real research in real life. But they're scared, and they should be. Especially, when he don't have any monitors on him, when he don't have nobody, if they check up on him, I mean, they say he's under supervised. We all know Brandon Lawson was allegedly under supervision, right? Didn't that get old? What is he going to do next year? Because they learn a lot. They should be very, very scared. I'm not saying the family. I'm talking about the entire Kentucky, surrounding borders, Indiana, any child, any parent that has a child. Hell, anybody that's got a roof over their head, where he might take a notion he wants to take a trip and decide he can't keep his sticky fingers off of people's doorknobs and go on in and help himself to their kitchen knives. Or he might graduate to something different. You know, it's kind of like when dogs, if that was his first time, who knows? But it's kind of like when dogs get that blood on them from a cat the first time. Well, then that's it. Every time they see a cat, they can't stand the cat. That's it. Once they get that taste. Just saying. There's no rehabilitating Ronald. Dumbasses. You already said he wasn't guilty. He was insane. He this, and he didn't do this, and he didn't be charged with this. But yet you institutionalized him over the limit, what most people usually get institutionalized over 5 years, and let him walk after 8. You dumbasses. So you didn't do him no favors. You didn't do society no favors. You people made things worse. Did y'all fall off the turnip truck the night before jury? He's going to come out, in my opinion, like a thief in the night, except it won't be Jesus. It'll be the devil in disguise. And the governor, the bodyguard, the doctor, the judges, the parole officers, the soup kitchen lady, the man, the woman. It could be you. It could be your home. It could be your child. It could be you in a dark alley or a parking place. It could be you in your bed. It could be you taking a shower. I don't care how locked and loaded you are. That damn man, to me, will do this again someday. And will get to you or your child before you can get to your weapon and unlock it and unload it. You may not be as fast as him. You may not be as strong as him. Him slinging his blade, or actually, excuse me, your blade, since he likes to take your stuff. If you think about it. Because that's what happened to Logan and his family. And here we are. here we are. The damn jury got it wrong. I'm sorry they got it wrong. And I hope you can sleep at night. I hope you all had a hand in this, can sleep at night. It's disturbing. It's not okay. It was the wrong decision in my opinion. I know my opinion don't count. I wasn't there. Thank God. Because I can lay down and sleep at night. But it was the wrong decision in every way. And it needs to be changed. Every law that can be changed to make all the wrongs like this right need to be fixed. But in the middle of all this noise stands the truth. The Father who still loves his son will always love his son. A family who still sets on they set an extra plate at the table probably, or look over at that empty chair at holidays, that empty bed upstairs, a little boy who should be there, Logan, and a community that still speaks his name, Logan Tipton. They say it so he's never forgotten. Logan's legacy is love, and his family is not going to let anybody ever forget it there or here or anywhere else. It's the reminder that those other children will always be scared, that childhood is a scary place. Their home now will never be the same. It's a scary place, no matter if they move, no matter what. Christmas is never going to be Christmas again. This happened right before the holidays. No holiday will ever be the same. Their family is never going to be intact again. That safety in your home should never be taken for granted, y'all. And that's when justice feels like it's just broken, and people, they raise up and they see this. They don't know what to do. Try changing something. Try. That's what we all need, is change. So tonight, as I close this out, I just I want you to remember. I want to remember, but I want you to remember. Just say his name. Keep up with the news. Because this is, even though it happened in 215, it's coming out. News is coming out every day. I don't know how much I will post on it. It is a horrifying story. I will keep up with the most major things. I'll probably post on it more than I'll go live on it until maybe something major comes on it. But keep his name out there. Share articles. Post the stories. Look for stuff in my community post. That's where I'll post. Or in my shorts. I'll make short videos. Say his name out loud. Because we need his light to shine. We need the bigger people to see this. We need laws changed. We need to all hug our kids and our grandkids tighter, hold them closer, This is a little boy who was 6 years old, who didn't do anything to anybody, who was in his home, in his bed, but he never got the chance to grow up, be at high school and laugh or go to dances, have his little girlfriend, get married, have kids. He never got the chance to chase any of his dreams. Ride a motorcycle, give his parents hell, bring the girls home moms don't like. Our sisters can give hell too. But tonight, we spoke the truth. And the truth sometimes can be healing. It's where healing begins. If the Tipton family ever hears this, just know I am so, so, so sorry what you and your family had to go through. I don't know how you will ever live with your grief, but I'm so sorry. We will remember Logan, and we will do anything we can to help you, but we honor the love that you gave him. It's so refreshing to see a family that loves their children, all of them, so much. My heart goes out to you and the strength it takes to keep standing. So please keep standing. Our prayers are with you to keep standing this damn test of time that was put on your shoulders. Everybody out there listening, please go hug your babies, lock your doors, say I love you one more time, even if they're sleeping, whisper it in their ears. Tomorrow's never promised, but love is always eternally in your heart. Don't have any regrets. Don't have any regrets. And if your children are not home, pick up the phone, leave them a voicemail, text them, call them. Until next time, thank you, mods. I know it's been a long live. Thank you. I know it's late. Everybody for coming in on replay anytime. Thank you. And thank you, Mama, for your super sticker. And anybody that had dropped in tonight, I appreciate you so, so, so much. Until next time, I'll see you in the streets. YouTube streets, that is. Fly high, little Logan. We'll keep your light shining bright. And Seth, if you're out there listening somewhere, prayers to you. And thank you, sir, for bringing me this story. Thank you. Good night, y'all. Good night.